صل على محمد وآل محمد. Salamun alaikum, Ya Ali Madad. Tonight is the third Ramazan, but this is my second lecture regarding the series of importance of Ramazan. You are watching this program live on 512 channel, but inshallah, this program will be broadcasted and published on Graph Agency worldwide. Tonight, I have decided that we discuss about a very important subject, which happens to be a supplication, a dua. Iftitah, or the supplication of Iftitah. This is a supplication that we recite every night during Ramazan after Maghrib and Isha prayer. Dua Iftitah is a supplication that is narrated by Muhammad bin Usman, one of the 4 deputies. Now you might be wondering, what do you mean by one of the 4 deputies? If you remember, in one of my previous lectures, we have already discussed about all 4 deputies of Imam Zamana in a previous lecture. But once again, I'll give a brief introduction about the 4 deputies for our youth. But if you want to know more in details about the 4 deputies and you want to know more, you need to go and watch one of my previous lectures. Right now, I'll just give a small brief introduction about the 4 deputies. The 4 deputies, who are also known as Nawab Arba, were 4 representatives or special deputies of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. They were the representatives, the deputies of Imam Zamana during the minor occultation from 260 after Hijrah to 329 after Hijrah, totaling a total of 69 years. They provided the communications between the Shia and the Imam. Usman bin Sa'id was our first deputy, then Muhammad bin Usman, Hussein bin Ra, and the 4th one was Ali ibn Muhammad al-Samari, who also is the one who narrated Dua Iftitah. The 4 deputies were very known and trusted companions of our Imams, who were introduced one after another by Imam Mahdi, each through his previous deputy. So the previous deputy would tell the next deputy about their future deputyship before they passed away. The 4 carried out duties of Imam for an amazing 69 years and delivered the messages and requests of the Shias to Imam, and then they would deliver the Imam's answers back to the Shias in the farthest places in the Islamic world through their agents. It was also among their duties to remove any doubts about Imam Mahdi. But now that I've given you a brief introduction, let's go back and talk about the supplication of Iftitah. The Shias recite this supplication every night of the month of Ramazan. It compresses lofty themes about Allah, a lot about Allah. If you read this supplication, you will see it talks a lot about Allah, a lofty themes about Allah. And few scholars have actually written commentaries on this supplication, regarding this supplication. The last paragraph of this supplication points out aspects such as expressing affection for the Islamic government in the light of the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allama Majlisi has stated in his book, he has said, from an authentic chain, it has been narrated by Imam Mahdi that he has written to his Shias, telling them to recite this supplication during every night of the month of Ramazan, as the angels will listen to you recite this supplication and they will ask forgiveness for the one who is reciting it. So you can see the massive benefits of reciting this supplication. The angels will ask for your forgiveness of all your sins. The Iftitah supplication begins with the praise of the Almighty, then touches upon choosing the right path and the approval of Allah, and Allah's mercy, Allah's anger, the necessity of hope and fear. It also talks about the blessing of worship, Allah's grace upon the servant sinning and his continued grace, a reminder of Allah's mercy, the lasting of blessing being in Allah's hands, and necessity of pondering over his blessing. It talks about this and many other things. These are just a few things of what the supplication talks about. So I request that all Azadars take their time after iftar, after every night, you should go and read the supplication of Iftitah. And not only read it, also maybe try and read the translations of this dua. And when you read the translation, you will be able to understand what you are reading, because as we know, it is always important to understand what you are reading. So it's good if you recite this dua, read the translations, and understand the importance of this dua. Because we know that this dua, that the Imam of our time, as I said, has actually recommended for all Shias to recite this supplication every night of Ramazan, which makes it even more special because it is the Imam of our time who is telling us that we need to recite this supplication every night after Maghrib Isha prayer. There are also many benefits of reciting this dua, and I'll just give you a few benefits, but I'm telling you there are many more. Some of the benefits is that our du'as will be answered by Allah, and also people's marifat regarding Allah will increase, and people's love for the person who is reciting it, the love he has for Imam Mahdi, will also increase in his heart. So if we recite this dua, our marifats for Allah will increase, and our love for Imam Zamana will become increased as well in our heart. I hope that during the month of Ramazan, all azadars are in our dua and prayers. And I request everyone to remember me and my family in your duas. Inshallah, soon in the upcoming weeks, I will try my best to bring at least 3 lectures every week, because it is extremely hard for me to do it every day. So I'll try my best to bring it from 2 to 3 lectures every week. And please join in big number, because these lectures are very important, because we will discuss about the importance of Ramazan. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.